Aron, challenging course today. This car is already a handful as it is, I'm sure. Tell us what it was like
Hey
to get
folks,
to
imagine this. You're the guy everyone turns to when a rusty old heap
the summit today.
I'm not sure that I used much the throttle, considering the truck makes
of metal needs to roar back to life. You've got grease under your nails, a beard that could hide secrets, and a heart full of fire for turning junk into jewels. But one day, after years of building dreams on national TV, you walk away from it all, from the lights, the cameras, the big paychecks, and even the friend who started it with you. Why? Because something inside you breaks and you realize the roar you love isn't about fame anymore. It's about the quiet thrill of a wrench in your hand and the hum of an engine that only you understand. That's the story of Aron Kaufman, the bearded wizard behind Fast and Loud. Buckle up, because what really happened to him? It's a tale of grit, heartbreak, and a comeback that hits harder than a V8 at full throttle. Stick around, and I'll take you through every twist, every scar, and every spark that got him here. Picture a dusty little town in Texas called Crowley, back in the early 80s. It's January 26, 1982, and a baby boy named Aron enters the world in a place where the air smells like fresh-cut grass and engine oil. His folks, David and Lisa, aren't rolling in riches. David's a mechanic, the kind who works sunup to sundown fixing folks' rides just to keep the lights on in their tiny trailer home. Money's tight, real tight. Aron shares a cramped room with his little brother Jared, the two of them stacked on bunk beds that creak like they're telling stories of their own. But in that squeeze, magic starts brewing. Aron's not like other kids chasing balls in the yard. No, he's got this itch, this pull toward anything with parts that move. By age 8, he's sneaking behind the wheel of his grandpa's beat-up 1968 Ford F-100 pickup. That old blue beast with white bumpers? It's not just a truck, it's freedom. The rumble under his feet, the way the gears shift like they're whispering secrets. Aron's hooked. The smell of gas and hot metal, it seeps into his soul, marking him for life. Fast forward to 10 years old, and little Aron's already a force. The family's lawnmower quits on a sticky summer day, sputtering like it's given up on the heat. Most kids would whine or run off top lay. Not Aron. He grabs a kitchen knife, yeah, you heard that right, a butter knife and a rusty screwdriver from his dad's toolbox. Out in the yard, under the blazing Texas sun, he tears that machine apart. Piece by greasy piece, he studies it like a puzzle from another world. Hours blur into the afternoon, sweat stinging his eyes, but he doesn't stop. By dusk, he's not just fixed it, he's made it better. That blade spins sharper, cuts faster, with about 15% more kick than before. It's no fluke. Nights before, while his folks thought he was sleeping, Aron's been poring over his dad's dog-eared repair manuals. Pages yellowed and smudged with fingerprints he'd read by flashlight under the covers, dreaming of engines that could conquer anything. Falling asleep with those books clutched to his chest, grease from the pages rubbing off on his pajamas, that's when you know this kid's not playing. He's building a future, one bolt at a time. But life in Crowley ain't all smooth revs. Money's a ghost that haunts the trailer park. David's pulling 12-hour shifts, earning peanuts, maybe $8.50 an hour back in '92, scraping by to put food on Thedible. Holidays, forget fancy gifts. One December, right before Christmas, disaster strikes. Aron's tinkering in the backyard, turning scrap into speed. He's 12 now, and his latest project, a homemade go-kart pieced from a lawnmower engine and an old shopping cart, hits 35 miles an hour on the back roads. He's taught himself welding with a borrowed stick welder, sparks flying like fireworks in his eyes. But one exhaust pipe he rigged, it blows. Hot metal sprays like angry hornets, searing his right arm, the one he uses for everything. The burn's bad, real bad. 23 stitches later, he's bandaged up, his dominant hand useless for 6 long weeks. His mom, tears in her eyes, wants to lock away every tool, every wrench to keep her boy safe. Aron, he hides a stash in an old shed behind the trailer, vowing this won't end him. And that Christmas? The family's $200 holiday fund vanishes on hospital bills. No toys under the tree, just candles flickering against the pain, that sting, the burn on his skin, the ache in his folks' hearts, it etches deep. Aron learns early, building costs. But quitting? That's not in his blood. High school rolls around in '98 and Aron's a ghost in the hallways. He misses 127 days out of 180 that year, not 'cause he's slacking, but 'cause he's hustling. Unlicensed shops dot Dallas County like hidden gems, and Aron's slipping in after dark, fixing rides for $4.25 an hour. Cash in hand, no questions asked. At 16, he tackles a transmission rebuild 3 pros swear is impossible. 11 hours of sweat and curses later, He pulls it off, pocketing his first real $200 payday. Feels like winning the lottery. One day, the principal raids his locker and finds $400 in crumpled bills from weekend gigs. That's more than most grown folks in Crowley pull in a month. His shop teacher sees the spark, the raw talent, and covers for him Fudge Satindent's records to keep him from getting kicked out. Nights, Aron's climbing out his window like a shadow, flashlight beam dancing over engine blocks. He slinks home at dawn, covered in oil, fresh burns dotting his arms like badges. His parents worry he's spiraling, hurting himself on purpose, but Aron? He's alive in those moments, piecing together a world where he calls the shots. College calls in 2000, but Aron's heart's not in it. One semester at a spot in Lubbock, rocking a 3.7 GPA and a 3,200 scholarship his dad scraped for with extra shifts. David's crushed when Aron drops out, tuition's eating them alive. But classrooms feel like cages. An engineering prof calls his custom transmission design unrealistic, even though Aron built it real as rain with $50 in junkyard scraps. What the prof doesn't know, Aron's $4,800 deep in debt from tools, loans from shady lenders at 28% interest biting like wolves. Dropping out means the trailer's lights flicker out for 3 months. Candles at dinner. Shadows dancing on the walls while Aron hunts gigs to keep the power on. It's raw, it's real, and it hardens him. Later that year, September '99, he pushes the edge on a dirt bike he modded himself 78 horsepower from the stock 46. Screaming toward a 15-foot ravine at 65 mph, the jump goes wrong. Crash. His right wrist shatters in 3 spots. Titanium pins a cast $8,400 surgery bill. Family sells the '68 F-100 truck that started it all to cover it. Aron's world cracks, but so does something unbreakable inside. He swears he'll never let money or mishaps stop the build. By 2002 at 20, fate shifts gears. Aron's wrenching at a Dallas garage when in walks Richard Rawlings, a guy with big ideas and a bigger mouth. Richard's scouting talent and Aron's hands? They're poetry on steel. Richard offers a spot at his fledgling Gas Monkey garage. It's not much a dusty shop with dreams bigger than the walls, but Aron jumps in as lead fabricator. For years, Gas Monkey's been limping along, but Aron's steady touch and wild brain turn it electric. He's not just fixing, he's forging a legend. In 2008, he sinks into a rusted '68 Chevy Corvette, strips it bare, rebuilds the Ford 427 big block, crafts exhausts that sing, restores every inch by hand, buys for $8,500, sells for $58,500. Boom, $50,000 profit. Richard's eyes light up. Aron's not just a gearhead. He's gold. 2 years on, 2010, Aron goes bolder. A '70 Dodge Charger shell mated to a Viper V10 engine. Nightmare fuel electronics clash, costs skyrocket. Richard nearly shutters the doors. But Aron grinds. When it roars to life, it snags Best Modified Classic at the Dallas Auto Show. The crowd cheers, but Aron feels the weight. This is bigger than cars. It's a brand breathing. 2011 brings a '72 Mustang, pieced from recycled guts, a 351 Cleveland from a wrecked Torino, seats scavenged from 3 donors, safety checks flag worn parts, and Aron clashes with Richard. Profits over, people? Aron snaps. Their first real blow-up, birthing rules that stick safety first, always. But October 11 tests that. Aron's modded '69 Chevy C10 hits the drag strip with 720 horses. One pass, the engine grenades at 6,800 RPM shrapnel flies. A bystander, Maria Rodriguez, catches it in the shoulder. 18 stitches, a $75,000 lawsuit. Insurance ghosts them. Aron pays from his pocket, heart heavy. He shelves racing for 2 years, the what-ifs haunting his sleep. June 2012, Fast and Loud ignites. Episode 1. Aron's rebuilding a '31 Model A Ford in 9 frantic days for a swap meet. Viewers see the rush. They miss the toll. Season 1's 12 cars in 24 weeks, 110-hour marathons. Aron nods off in a half-built ride mid-film. Wakes to cameras rolling. Showers via garden hose behind the shop. 14-hour commutes from Fort Worth to Dallas weekly. His eyes droop on screen, but he pushes. By 2016, the grind's a monster. 2013's wrecked '91 Ferrari F40 $400,000 by after a fence smash. 748 miles on the clock. Aron leads the strip down with Ferrari pros. Upgrades turbos, exhaust, flywheel, clutch, adds race wheels. But Richard overrides, black paint over red. Fame follows, but so does fracture. Their visions clash, Aron's art versus Richard's spectacle. 2016's De Tomaso Pantera EcoBoost. The breaking point. A 3.5L beast with race turbos, 472 horses, 498 lbft. Aron warns, deadlines demand corners cut. 2 weeks late, and the pressures of vice. He feels the craft slipping, TV swallowing quality. This ain't building, he thinks. It's performing. Personal storms brew too. Fame's a thief panic attacks mid-season, quitting whispers in his ear. It strains his girl, his dogs, his crew. An emergency appendectomy hits. He's back days later, cameras waiting. Colleagues forget normal sleep's a myth. Aron's crumbling inside, but on TV, cool as steel. The Pantera haunts into 2017. Richard blasts Aron's lateness. Fights erupt over budgets gutting builds. Aron accuses cuts killing soul. TV drama trumps trade. Boiling over, a motorcycle build where Richard micromanages, overruling Aron publicly. Door slams, Aron ghosts the set. Production halts 3 days. Discovery scrambles. But it's months of rot their bond. Once road trip brothers, now boardroom barbs. Leak shit. Aron, the show's pulse, paid peanuts despite driving 80% of the buzz. His 2021 net worth? $3 million. Richard's? Sky high. Worse, Aron's training his shadow's mechanics groomed to eclipse him. Betrayal stings like exhaust burn. He calls it a creative prison on a podcast. Garage to stage. Builds for lens over legacy. Heart shatters. Last straw, a semi-truck custom. Aron flags dangers. Richard pushes test drive 4 footage. It nearly folds on the road. Not with lives on the line, Aron roars. March 6, 2017. Facebook post, quiet as a stalled engine. Leaving Gas Monkey. Fans reel it's a goodbye letter, raw. Last 5 years felt like 20. He'd checked out months prior, soul adrift. Drama lingers. June 2018. Richard slapped with a $6 million suit from Gas Monkey Bar and Grill. Sabotage claims on a $3. $5 million sale. Aron's witness. It airs the rot. Settles in 19, scars remain. Aron's solo shot. Shifting gears. Launches 18. Hopes soar, but ratings crater. Aron's weary on camera. Burnout bare. Boring without Richard. Critics bite. 12 episodes. Done. 2019 scandals. Suits for ditching $300,000 projects. A Ferrari F40, 69 Corvette L88, Shelby Super Snake. Big deposits, half-done work. 1 Ferrari seized in fraud ties. Rep tanks. 2020 twist. Leaked emails. Richard offers double pay, full control. Your terms. Aron. You picked TV, I pick building. Door shuts forever, leaving fast and loud. Bold. But Arclight fabrication? Revolution. First chassis for $55.79 Ford F100s sells for $150,000 double market. Handcrafted suspension, jet-like welds. Haters cry celebrity ripoff. Fans see genius. 2019 Fire Guts 50,000 inventory faulty wiring Aron skimped on. No full insurance. Pays pocket deep, rebuilds from ashes. Rare 60s Ford bits lost, but he grinds on. 2020 electric kits for classics. Fury. Tesla batteries 35K 45K. Purists howl history killer. SEMA showdown with historian Jerry Hathaway 45 minutes of heat. 200K orders cancel, boycotts brew. But youth surges. 150 deposits in 6 months. Split market Aron Bridge sold soul. New speed. 2022 reveal. 18 near bankruptcy. Lost 35K episode pay. 750K loans crush. Sells Pikes Peak, 63 Falcon for 65K payroll. Banks reject, debt ratio 300%. Restamod airs 400K lifeline saves after 4 layoffs. Untold grit. By 2024, boom. Arclight's wheels line rakes $2 million yearly $2,800, $4,200 sets. Influencers flaunt. Orders from Germany, Oz, UK. Shipping $800, $200. They pay. Online. 78% revenue. Up from 23% 19th global without TV. But shadows. 2020 marriage whispers to Charlene Fleming 10 years together, wed 18. 16-hour days erode home. Solo events, no ring. Therapy tried 21. Aron's mom on status. Mental fog post-fame. Panic, doubt. Weekly therapy. EMDR tames anxiety ghosts. 2021 health bomb, late night shop collapse, appendix burst, unconscious till 3:47 a.m., 6-hour surgery, peritonitis follow-up, ArcLight dark 4 months, 340K lost, hires help, vows no solo nights, crypto crash, 21, 1.2 million in Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins 85% gone, $1.02 million vapor. Mortgages shop sells 56F100 Proto for 180K, delays Route 66 dock. But November 24, CMA Vegas bombshell. Secret buys. Route 66 relics 49F1, 62 Impala from original show. Restores 12 with Park Service, Smithsonian, Discovery Eyes series, 2.3 million budget crowdfund, collectors, ambition peaks. ArcLight blends vintage electric, Tesla guts in truck skins. Austin shop, Hybrid Haven, net worth, $8 million MagnaFlow deals, Sierra ties. Pikes Peak races, daily 04 F-150 tester. Own show simmers. Aron's open now. 110-hour TV weeks for drama? Nah. Leaving Gas Monkey freed him for builds that matter. Setbacks? Fuel, near falls, launch pads. He's welding forward, independent, unbreakable. The bearded wonder, still sparking. Whew, what a ride, right? Aron's story hits you in the gut, the triumphs that taste like oil and victory, the falls that teach you to rise tougher. If this tale of heart and horsepower got your engine revving, smash that like button to show some love. Share it with a buddy who geeks out on cars or comebacks. And hey, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive into the legends who build more than machines. What's your favorite Aron build? Drop it below. Drive safe, dream big. See you on the flip side.